finally Illinois has a place to celebrate its great music. The Illinois Rock and Roll Museum on Route 66.
Illinois is not only the home of the blues, but it's the home of the chamber blues.
Now there's finally a place to celebrate all the great music from Illinois. The Illinois Rock and Roll Museum on Route 66.
1, 2, 3.
That spring of '82, Mick Jagger called me, and I thought it was a joke. And he invited me to play with the Rolling Stones tour of Europe in 1982, so I did.
Yeah, it was a great ride. I mean, it was super fun. And Chicago is such a great place to be famous because people are actually nice and they actually, respected you for doing work.
There were 36,000 screaming girls at White Sox Park. The sound when the Beatles were introduced, I don't know if I did it or Dexcar did it, ladies and gentlemen, here are the Beatles. You could feel the sound run through your fingertips.
Let's welcome Ron Romero. How exciting is this? This is the award for the Illinois Rock and Roll Museum inducting Styx into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame of Illinois.
I'd like to thank the museum's organizers for caring enough to create a place where current and future generations can learn about Illinois and the Chicago area's deep musical history, from blues to jazz to rock and roll.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Hello there, ladies and gents. You ready to rock? Are you ready to rock?
Here we go. Dream team.
Oh, here we go. Corporate Rob.
No, where's the hat, Rob? See, you get to see different sides of me. This is during the day, and at night I rock out.
Rob, tell me about your company real quick and what you're hiring for, and I'll put it up.
Absolutely. So I work at one of the most appetizing cultures in America. It's called Insperity. Insperity is a professional human resources firm in the PEO lane, professional employer organization. And our company was founded by my CEO, Paul Sarvati, 40 years ago. This is our 40th anniversary.
Oh!
And so we help companies, anywhere between 5 employees to 7,000, realize their corporate goals by improving efficiency, helping them scale, and driving the top line revenue. How is that done? It's done typically with administrative burden relief. We attract and retain talent. We actually help with culture and compliance. Risk mitigation is really big for us. So those are the things that I do. And what we're hiring for is, I'm a business performance advisor. I work with small businesses and medium-sized businesses. We work with their owners. We work with the C-suites. And so we're looking for more
earners, right? Business development, money, bring it in, right?
That's part of it. That's definitely a part of my position. No. Some people are not the right fit for Insperity, and we're not the right fit for everybody. But the partners that we have are, because I could say this, I was a client of Insperity before coming to Insperity.
All right, so when I'm watching Office Space, you're the two guys with the white shirts on the other side of the table.
Did I tell you that I had recently, about a month or two ago, went to this event for David Byrne, and guess who was at the event?
Who, Rob?
Dwight Schrute.
Oh! 'Cause And 50 grand later.
So Dwight was there. The mayor was there. You know, so I was rubbing elbows with the mayor and Dwight. I tried to get David Byrne to sign our set list, but the pen I gave him didn't work. And then he, like Elvis, he left the building and went to this event. So I was this close to getting him to sign.
So Two Pen Rob, that's your new nickname. You gotta have two.
I think it's Sharpie Rob because the Sharpies never go out.
Rob, what shows do the Generations have coming up? Might as well put them up here while we're waiting for Ron.
You know, that's the best question you could have asked me tonight, Pete. So we are playing the Taste of Highwood or the Highwood Fest, and that is on July 19th. And Bongo and I are going to be in the headlining band. So we are going at 5:15 on stage, and we're going to rock out to all the Generations stuff. You know, the 70s and 80s.
You know
classic.
you know who we have with us on that, Pete?
Huh?
Elise McLaren.
All right, July 11th now.
No, July 19th.
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 You know,
19th.
19th.
Okay.
1-9.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
I have been getting some heat. Pete the hypocrite, Mr. Promoting the Chicago music scene, and I never go into the scene. So July 19th,
Yes.
maybe I can get some cred back if I show up there in Highwood.
You could come to that show. That's our July show. August,
yes,
we
sir.
are playing August 15th at Roberts West Side in Forest Park. So that one, we may have a different percussionist.
What?
The one.
Dude, Bongo, did you hear that?
Only.
I
one and
not only
only
did I hear it,
Chris
I know it.
Rhodesy.
Yeah.
Wait,
Rhodesy is going to be our percussionist for that night.
No kidding.
Do you know Chris Rhodes, Pete?
Drummer for hire, maybe.
Well, you should come out and support your team.
My
You know,
posse?
your posse. Look, you got to support Bongo because he's an amazing guy. You got to support Rhodesy. Maybe we will play the Qatari, and then you would support the other Mike.
Okay, the Qatari.
Yeah. The coterie.
Or whatever it's called. Coterie, Qatari.
The Qatari, that's
Yeah.
if we went to Qatar. It'd be
The
the
Qatar.
Qatar.
Oh, okay.
No, it's like
we'll do the coterie. Yes. Well, maybe then you'd have the trifecta.
Okay, all right.
And then after the August 15th gig, all right, here's the deal though.
Okay.
September 26th, we are
Yes, sir.
playing Dirty Nellies.
The Nellies.
And we are raising money for Chicago Youth Centers.
All right.
And I think Rhodesy is going to be the guest on that one.
Oh, I got a couple I got to miss here.
All right. Then
Yeah, we don't like it when Bongo misses, but we understand.
If
So-
we get our video network going, nobody will have to miss anything, Rob.
The video.
Well, when
network.
is that happening? I love,
I'm all
and
talk,
think about
Rob.
this.
I'm
Oh, Pete, I
talking.
just came up with an idea.
All right. Let me give.
What if you played bass for one of our gigs?
Okay, that means I would have to learn the bass again.
Oh yeah, that.
wait. I know it was by the American flag somewhere. You know what? I would,
Did you forget it?
you know what? I did the Blondie thing for a while, Rob, and then
I remember. I saw you in Libertyville.
Yeah, that's right, over at
Mickey Finn.
Mickey Finn's, yes. And thank you for coming out, Rob. So I owe you one. So that means I have to come out. But I've been doing this since then, and it's getting dust on there. So maybe I would pop on for a song. Let me you got the wheels spinning here, Rob.
I think you would be, you'd be a good addition to the Generations. And the last show that we did at the Belmont Sheffield Festival, we had none other than Janice Wallen.
All right.
We've got the bar set for you, Pete.
I am going to get her on the podcast.
We are looking, and by the way, I'm always intrigued about your background. You have these lights in the background.
That's like a bar.
That's the on-air light that's on.
Did you know that I did lighting professionally?
I did not. You were the master of the can lights and the wax films?
Yes, and we actually did. We did flash pots, we did dry ice machines, we did lighting, and some of the bands that you may know. I did lighting for Stevie Nicks. I did lighting for Jefferson Starship, Melissa Manchester, Stray Cats. Yeah, I was the real deal back
Whatever
then.
happened to Melissa Manchester?
I don't know. She had a great voice.
Yeah.
I would love to hear about some Joliet, baby.
Yes. Hey,
There he
Ron,
is.
how are you?
Oh boy, I'm technically challenged today. That's all I gotta say.
That's
You
okay.
made
We
it.
got you. We got you on. I want to introduce you to Pete and Bongo Mike from the Hogpod podcast. They actually, I heard some really nice statistics where the other night, how many impressions or what was the reach of your podcast?
For
You
the
set a
one for
record.
Dan Peters.
Well,
Yes.
first of all, we want to jinx anything, but we had over 100,000, and I like to attribute it to my video expertise, but I think Dan Peters might have had something to do with it.
That's
Very
okay.
good. That's awesome.
Yeah, so congratulations, Pete. Ron is the founder of the Illinois Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum and at Route 66. And Ron and I connected through a mutual friend who's on an auxiliary board, Lisa Fielding on WBBM radio. And so I'm just honored, and it's a privilege to me to be on the board and work with Ron, and we have an amazing board. But what I'd like to do is, have Ron tell you a little bit about the organization, and then that way you can get educated on it, and then we could talk about our big event that we will be promoting, and hopefully you guys could help us, and we could, Ron, we could certainly come on again closer to the event to get people in the seats too. So Ron, why don't you tell them a little bit about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum in Illinois at Route 66.
You got it. So, concept of the idea started in 2012. It was going to other museums, inspired by going to, of course, Cleveland. Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick had an exhibit called Rick's Picks. That was a major influence. And I'm just a big museum person, been in music for years. And this is kind of the crossroads of my love for music and museums and a little bit of economic development in mix. And that's where they came in. So by 2016, we put together a committee. In 2017, we had our first board of directors. 2 years later, we bought the building, and we've been renovating that ever since. We are a grassroots organization that started with $0 and built from there. So we've been very fortunate to have help from a lot of trade unions and sponsors and all sorts of people to start.
You seriously, you guys survived a tornado, right? Or rebuilt? Okay.
Yeah, there was a tornado that happened,
Yeah.
and that was kind of as I was saying, it was kind of a backhanded help to us. The settlement on that was $2.2 million, so that helped us to get a lot of things done: new roof, new windows, things like that. But on July 14th of 2024. We got hit, was more of a microburst that didn't even hit us directly. It hit the building behind us, and the roof came off that building and just tore into our building.
Pete, do you know why we're raising money? And obviously that's part of it, to get things back to normal. But Ron, do you want to tell them a little bit about the donations and where that goes, and why it's so important to donate to our organization?
Yeah, absolutely. As I mentioned, we're a nonprofit. We are a grassroots organization. Everything that comes into the museum helps to build the building, helps to build it, helps to put cabinets in and exhibits in, and pay for gas and electric and mortgage and everything else. So every bit of money that comes in helps to sustain this. Sponsorship is very important. Donors are very important. We have over 1,200 charter members in 38 states now. that help to support this as well. So yeah, it's big importance for us. Yeah, so Cars and Guitars is actually something that happens 5 or 6 times a week, depending on or on a during the summer, I should say, 5 to 6 times during the summer. And this week is our second one for the year. Cars and Guitars is basically a car show in combination with a concert. We usually hire local bands to come on out and play for these things. So it's actually on Thursdays. It's the second and first and third Thursday of the month.
So there's no testosterone there at all, is there?
None whatsoever.
None. Who's the band that's playing this weekend? Do you know who the band is?
We will put it right here.
Funny you ask. Yeah, funny you ask, because for the 5 or 6 years that we've been doing Cars and Guitars, the car guys have been saying, how come you don't bring your band? So for the very first time, I've got a band that I've played in with for a while, and we're playing this weekend or this Thursday. So I get to have a little fun instead of working all the time.
Ron, you play? What do you play?
I play bass. I play in an Eagles tribute band, but that's not the band that's playing on Thursday. The main band that I play is a Eagles tribute band called the Flatbed Fords.
So to be in a Eagles tribute band, is one of the prerequisites have to be that you have to be a lawyer? So they don't
a lawyer.
They sue everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
You can't.
Well,
for sure. Yeah.
We'll edit that
we
out.
don't advertise that we play in a Flatbed Ford Eagles tribute because we're afraid to get sued. Right. Yeah.
I was going to say, Ron, maybe you should tell the guys about, we have an amazing studio in the basement of the museum, right? It's pretty amazing. When I first came down there and took a tour last year, Ron took me around, and all of a sudden we go into this, the place where his band plays. They can record, other bands can play there. And it's just a special, a place, they have seating and everything like that. It's pretty cool.
Now, Joliet,
the museum itself has 3 levels above ground and 1 level below ground. The 3 levels above, the first level is based on blues, jazz, gospel, and country. Rock stuff on the second floor. Third floor is event space where we can hold special events, weddings, meetings, whatever it is. And then the lower level is education. We'll be able to teach guitar, bass, drums, all that stuff, but also things like intellectual property, trademarks, and copyrights. A little bit about recording. We have a live stage down there that we use currently for rehearsals that bands can come in and rent. And then on top of that, we also have a recording studio in there where bands can come in and do recording. We're also set up to do video in there as well, too.
You got Cleveland and you got Joliet. Is your board a little bit more knowledgeable than the one in Cleveland? Because Cleveland's you got issues over there.
So I hear, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Some of the bands that should have been inducted, we inducted into ours. So, I mean, we are limited to Illinois bands.
Right.
But, we run into the same thing where we're like, okay, you're the Illinois Rock and Roll Museum. Why did you induct a blues player?
Yeah.
Well, it's all connected. Yeah. And rock and roll is it's a more fun name than just music museum. So we like rock and roll.
Yeah. How many bands are currently inducted in there now? How many do you have that are in there?
Fair question. 5 years, probably under 50, I think, right now.
Okay.
And several more coming in today or this year.
Yeah, I see the list. You guys, American Breed, Survivor, The Boys, Plain White Tees. They're sort of a newer band. Curtis Mayfield. I didn't realize he was from Illinois. That was a surprise.
Oh yeah.
How long do they have to have lived in Illinois to be part of this in there? You know what I mean?
Well, so the criteria is there has to be some ties, significant ties to Illinois. They live here, they record here. Chuck Berry was one of our first years, but Chuck Berry, of course, came from St. Louis and lived in St. Louis, but he recorded all his hits at Chess Records in Chicago. So significant tie. But you have to be, for Hall of Fame, you have to have significant radio airplay, toured nationally or internationally. international or national sales, and be in business for at least 20 years to start with.
Now, Joliet, where did Joliet come from? Good real estate deal?
There's a lot of reasons.
Okay.
So, yes, first one is a good real estate deal.
All right, thank you.
That's a good guess. So, we are on the corner of the Lincoln Highway, east to west, Lincoln US 30, and Route 66. So they call that the crossroads of Mid-America. We're also near 55, near 80, near Route 6, near Route 66. We have a nice airport here. We have a really nice new train station here. It's easy to get to without having to deal with the big city traffic. So that's one of the reasons. And yes, we got a good deal on the building. So
that's what I was looking for. Yeah, God bless America. Now, the event.
Yeah, that's right.
The events, when you have the induction, do the people, if they can, do they come up and they play, or how does that, like, paint a picture for me what it's like to go down there and be a part of it? How many people can go do it? Is it an invite only?
It's open to the public. Tickets go on sale every year for the event. We've been holding it at the Joliet Rialto Theater. If you're not familiar with it, it's the same group that built the Chicago Theater.
Okay.
There's a lot of similarities between the two. About 2,000 seats there. And yes, you can get tickets if you're public, get them early so you get a place to, it's usually a show you don't want to miss. As it turns out, this year is going to be our first year that we're moving the Hall of Fame to the city of Chicago. We're going to the Harris Theater. So we're excited about that. Bringing it to the city.
So the Illinois Rock and Roll Museum event will be in Chicago, but the museum's in Joliet, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So we honor music from north, south, east, west of Illinois. We could literally, we could hold it anywhere we chose in the state of Illinois. Maybe someday we'll move it around. But for this year anyway, it's going to be downtown Chicago, and we're really pleased with that.
In September, right?
Sunday, September 27th.
27th, okay. And what are there different categories? I know you're saying rock and roll, but anybody can go in there. Bookers,
radio. Looks like you got radio stations.
Terry Hammer, XRT.
Let me take it kind of through the process.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me take you through the process. Basically, the nominations are open to the public, and every year we get thousands of them, literally from around the world. So we accept nominations from everywhere. And then top nominations go to a committee to verify that they're eligible. We take the top nominations to make sure we're not getting Uncle Bob's band that plays down at the local VFW. Nothing wrong with Uncle Bob.
What's wrong with Uncle
Bob? But they may not qualify. So we make sure that we get the people that qualify for it. And then we put it on a ballot. The ballot then goes to our over 1,200 charter members to vote on. And then the top votes get voted in. And much like many of the other award shows you see, we bring them in. Those who are still with us come in, they accept, they perform if they're able to say thank you for everybody, for bringing them in. And the ones that are put in, after they've unfortunately had passed,
right.
Then we have somebody who comes out and does some kind of a tribute to them that, that can do a good job for it and honor them.
AI, Ron, that's a hot topic. I'm bringing it up because it gets clicks and views. You got any thoughts on it? AI is not real. Oh, the Moog synthesizer isn't real either. But you got thoughts on how AI is coming in and playing a role, or no comment?
As a musician, when we play the Eagles tribute, we've seen other bands that go out and play, and they've got computers and they've got backtracks and they've got, you look up on stage and you hear a fiddle player and a harmonica player, and there's nobody up there doing it. It's, as a musician, we don't like to see that, I think. But I think there's probably a place for AI, and maybe it's an assistance to create music. And I don't know where that's at because this technology is still really new. So maybe there's a way that, you can feed ideas to it and kind of go back and forth with it and work things out.
Pachelbel's Canon and D, those four chords have made over 100 songs. So that's been ripped off and moved around and changed. And throw in record labels and the money to come in and distribution. It's all a business. So it's all manufactured. And I think it comes down to that age-old term sellout, meaning like you sold out your core beliefs for the money. Well, if you don't have people coming in the door, there is no money, you can't pay anybody, so there is no product. Are you a musician or an entertainer, right? Or an artist.
That's sometimes two different things and sometimes the same thing. There's a lot of people that I know that do play, that do have backing tracks, and they get big crowds. They're making big money. They're doing all the jobs. All the power to them. They're doing a great job. It's it's part theatrics, it's part being a musician. And then there's like hardcore guys that refuse to use any technology like that too. So
when the internet first exploded, people were afraid that their jobs would be taken away in all aspects. Okay. And that became a tool. I view AI as a tool and it helps out. So let's just say that Pete has a band and he's playing bass in the band and he needs a contract because he's going to play a venue. Maybe you go to AI and you draft a contract and then you tweak it. So you just use it as a framework, for that. In terms of the music, what's the difference, Pete, between what AI, you kind of get AI to do these backing tracks or whatever. And remember when the rappers first came out and they took Walk This Way and they scratched records or whatever. There was no AI back then, but it was ripping off Aerosmith.
Yeah.
What's the difference between the two?
Well, if Run DMC didn't do that, Aerosmith wouldn't have grown again. So thank goodness that technology happened, right? So
right, but it's similar. This is a tool. It is not going to replace a musician. There's no way it could. You don't get the feel. You don't get everything that a musician could take to that band or recording session, whatever it is.
I was going to say, how long has AI existed or backtracks? Go back and listen to The Who. Won't get fooled again. All that stuff he recorded. Keith Moon isn't wearing those big headphones because they're comfortable with the tape around them. He's listening to the back. Yeah.
Oh,
that's true.
So it's been around a long time.
So each decade has its new, and again, I bring up the Moog synthesizer. Stevie Wonder, blind guy, took that and created something. You have the human, and then you have the tool. So the question is, what is the tool? I think people are pissed because, man, it took me so long to learn how to do this, to make this sound, to get people to come out and see me play. Now people are opening up laptops and doing the same thing, and people are getting pissed off. Being an entertainer, like Rob does, when Rob looks at the crowd, he says, all right, this isn't working. We got to move this out of the set and put it in. You're putting something in there that the crowd wants to hear, that's pleasing, whatever it is. And again, I get back to the same four chords. However you arrange them, okay, you had the Beatles and you had the Monkees, right? Either way, you sold a lot of records. People came out, okay? So it's trying to make something pleasing to the most amount of people. It's the 80-20 rule. And if AI is doing this now, I forgot what that one creation is. It's getting 50 million views. Well, something's there that 50 million people like. Okay, can you do both? Right? Can you incorporate it? Because I think what it does is technology is there to speed up a process. The people that are having a problem with AI never had a process to begin with, so you can really see when the tide goes out who's not wearing shorts or not. Okay, because things are moving so fast. So Suno, and this is kind of funny, I'm talking to people about that because now you can, you know what, I'm going to go on a car ride for an hour and I'd like to hear 60 minutes of something about this with Rob Stepen, Ron Romero, the Rock and Roll Museum, and I want to hear a punk track, a rock and roll track, and a country track on my way, out there. And you can get that done in 2 minutes and it sounds halfway decent. We're getting into the situation where we can create our own environments of what we want. whether it's going out and seeing it here. And that's kind of why I bring up the video network, where if you can't get out to Joliet, well, you're part of this network. It's back on the screen. And if we don't turn into the old Bill Wirtz, where, oh, well, I'm going to shut off all the TVs because nobody's going to come out, right? I think it's a holistic thing that if we don't do it, it's everybody's operating in a silo. And I think we do have a community. I think the community needs to be organized with people like you, Ron, and Rob, to bring them together so we can organize to say, okay, look, what are the events that we're going to do? How can we make money, doing this? And if you can get them together to do an event like that, why can't you come up with some original tunes made by whatever it was to say that go out there and perform and have this original experience that's different than anything else that's out there as an alternative. That's all. And who knows, you might have people coming in. But anyways, that's my...
Well, Pete, you threw a lot at Ron, so I want to kind of synthesize this.
Oh, you can't say that word.
Synthesize. So Ron, why don't you comment on what Pete is talking about? Obviously, he has a passion for this topic and would love to hear your insight.
I have a passion to grow this industry, and this is one of the tools that will help us grow. And that's why I'm curious to know what Ron has to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Not necessarily against it. Like I said, it could be used in different ways. It's still fairly new to me. But Cheap Trick came up with a great saying. There are 4 great guys with 3 great chords.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that was tornado. Dorothy, surrender, Dorothy.
Well, we don't know what happened to Ron. That was very timely though when he said that.
Wow.
I think it's like Elvis. He left the building.
No, Rob, you know what?
There, he's back.
Okay. You always leave the stage with the crowd always wanting a little bit more. An encore. Ron Romero's back.
Ron's back.
Hey! So, any famous percussionists from the Chicago area, Bongo Mike? Like, if you keep playing for another 20 years, think you can bust into that Hall of Fame? Because
I am trying. I really am. I'm hoping to get there one day. One day, I'll get there.
Well, he's got a good start with the generations, Pete.
Yeah. I mean, I've only been doing it a little over 30 years, so
Well, he's got to get the Golden Cajon Award.
The Golden Conga.
Cheap Trick donated, Rick Nielsen specifically donated some really cool things to us, and other musicians did too. Do you want to talk about the exhibits to attract people into the museum?
Rick Nielsen's a very smart businessman. I have a lot of respect for him. One of the influences, as I said, was the Rick Nielsen's Rick's Picks exhibit in 2012. That was probably the one that pushed me over the edge to want to do this. Well, we come full circle. About 2 years ago, we bought the cabinets from that exhibit. They're now at the museum. So, and the exhibit that we have for Cheap Trick actually came from a super fan in Ohio. It's kind of amazing when we get exhibits or artifacts. They come from the musicians, from the bands, from their families, from super fans. Like, they come from all different places. And the collection is growing very rapidly right now. We have a lot of crazy things that I absolutely love. We just took in the very first Dean guitar ever made. We have that in our possession. We have one of the very early Hamer guitars that just came in. We have an amp cabinet that was played by Jimi Hendrix, and one that was played by his bass player Noel Redding. So we've got some pretty cool stuff.
Any Slingerland drum sets?
Funny you should mention that. Yes. So there's some Slingerland stuff, and there's also some really cool. We've got a really cool, super large bass drum. It's made by WFL Company, which from 1945 to 1954 was William F. Ludwig. Oh. And so we've got a big drum from him here as well. Manufacturers like Shure Microphones.
If you're a curator, if somebody wants to donate things, I'm just curious. They're doing it out of the goodness of their hearts, but can they like give it like get a tax donation, something like that, tax benefits by sending stuff your way?
They could donate to the museum, they could lend it to the museum, or they can do something indefinite loan. In other words, we're going to loan it to you, but we want you to be able to be the one to take care of it moving forward.
Because the reason I ask is, we're not getting any younger here, but estates, they don't know what to do with it, and they would rather share than sell. I mean, that would be something that would make sense for you to check out a collection and increase to what you have over there, I would think.
I mean, we get all sorts of things. We also get a lot of people calling, saying that grandma has passed away and we want to give you her piano, and we can't take that kind of stuff.
Right. But if it's, insert famous person's name here, piano, you would consider it. So how does somebody get in touch with you, Ron, or who's your person, who are your peeps to say, hey, I got something here, or hey, I want to donate money? Let's do the money first. How do we give you money, Ron? Okay.
Yeah, money can be donated through the website. It could be donated through some people donate through their work where they get a company match.
Yeah.
Some people just come in and drop off a check sometimes. There's many ways to do that. Find out information on our website to start with.
What's the website for the people that aren't watching, that are in their car jamming the tunes? What's the website URL?
It's ROADTORG, ROADTOROCK.org.
Got it. Rob, you're the sales guy here. How are we doing? You think we sold anybody here?
Come through.
Well,
Yeah.
what I'll also say is that we have an amazing, company store that people can come in and they can buy some really good, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum swag, and then, we have people that run that store. So come on in, I have stuff I bought from the store, and I think you guys should come on down to Joliet. We should make a road trip. The Hogpod road trip, and come down and we could get a tour with Ron. You'll like it. It'll be good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But I would also say, to donate, obviously, like Ron said, the money donations are really good. It helps the organization. The company matches. I do stuff from Insperity that Ron gets. We do donations. There are people that, if they don't have a charity, tell me to donate to the Illinois Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum. So there's different ways to slice this and dice this, and it's a great cause. Like Ron said, it's non-for-profit, grassroots. We're building this thing back up. We want to make sure that there's a legacy of musicians in the state of Illinois, that their music can go on and on and on.
Ron Romero, I have questions I ask at the end of the show, and these are easy questions. I'm just going to ask you two questions. The first one is, what was the first concert that you went and saw? And I mean a big concert, not like, your local band playing at like a gymnasium. I'm talking about like you had a ticket, you went and saw. Who was it and where was it?
I can remember my very first two concerts. The very first one was Buddy Rich, who I loved. It was outstanding. And the second one, believe it or not, was the Osmond Brothers, long time ago.
Wow.
So,
hey, they had game. They had game.
Yeah,
I'll give
they
it to
did.
Actually, I went with somebody who was with a family, and their daughter had loved the Osmonds, and I'm like, I don't want to go see the Osmonds. And at the end of the show, it was a phenomenal show. They put on a great show.
They do.
Real quick toss up. You got the Jackson 5 and the Osmonds. Which family was better?
Jackson 5.
I'd say probably the Brady Bunch. No, I don't know.
There's our clip. There we go.
There it is. Last
Keep on
question.
going.
This is what I ask everybody. Ron, Pop-Tarts, what are your thoughts on them? You love them or hate them?
Pop-Tarts. I love them. my body doesn't like sugar. So as much as I crave them, I can't have them.
Right, I got you. Good.
Okay.
Fair
Good
answer.
question, and something that nobody else has ever asked me before. Thank you for asking.
Well, if we keep going, there's a lot more in the tank. They got a lot of junk in their trunk. But I'll ask one of the group. I will ask one of the group, okay? And everybody can answer, starting with Ron, and then we'll go around the horn. Favorite Beatle?
Oh, Paul.
Paul?
I'm a bass player.
Right. Pete's a bass player too.
I'm going to go George Harrison.
George Harrison.
No. No. Don't say Pete Best.
Japanese Beetle.
Japanese Beetle. There you go.
Okay.
It's you got the John and the Paul type thing going on.
Yeah. Which one do you want?
Probably Paul, because he had a little bit more upstairs, I think. John was a little, I don't know, he got a little distracted there. I don't know. I'm just speculating. So yeah, you asked, I answered. Paul.
Okay, Paul, and I would say Paul too.
Okay.
So interesting.
Wow. I feel alone with my George Harrison answer.
It's okay,
Real quick, Cars and Guitars. What is that again? Every other Thursday?
First and third Thursday of every month.
Okay.
It's at the City Square in downtown Joliet. Downtown Joliet just put in millions and millions of dollars to renovate the downtown area. You've got a beautiful city square now. If you go to roadtorock.org and look on the top left-hand side, there's a drop-down menu that you can look at events. And you'll get the dates there and all the other events that we've got going on too.
And
a
then
lot of information at the website.
And then the big event is September when?
Sunday, September 27th.
The Harris Theater.
Harris Theater, downtown Chicago on Randolph in Michigan.
And what time does it start, Ron? 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Okay.
6 p.m. And people can buy tickets for that. I guess we're going to get the ticket link out next week sometime.
Next week, the tickets go out. There'll also be a press release. We'd be happy to send that press release out to you guys so you have the updated here's everything to know.
We are the media.
You are.
Yes, you are.
We're happy to send it to you.
Ron Romero, Rob Stepen, Bongo, Mike. Another great episode.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you, guys.
I want to do.
Thank you very much, Ron. Appreciate
All right.
you.
Go
Thank you.
66, baby. Watch out for them
thank-
lawyers. The Eagles.
Yeah.